Hockey season has ended and off-season training has begun. Here is your phase 1, day 5 for 2019. Starting with double kettlebell swing cleans, reverse lunges. So we're gonna do 4 sets of 8 reps total. So 4 reps per leg. Focusing on keeping those legs nice and tight. Don't let the leg drift back and out to the side too much. At least get a 90 degrees knee bend and a straight hip with the back. With your rest, you're gonna focus on breathing. So a 5 seconds inhale, 5 seconds exhale, exclusively through your nose. No mouth breathing, unnecessary. This is gonna be a roughly 20 to 30 seconds rest. And we're gonna jump into some split squat jumps. As high as you can go, as controlled as you can go. Only 4 reps. Again, coming back to breathing. Focusing on breathing through your nose. You've got roughly 30 seconds or 3 slow breaths. We're gonna set up with some dumbbells and we're gonna do some hollow pullovers. Eventually, I'll get there, don't worry. So I'm gonna press them up, make sure your back is flat, ribs are down, legs are tight, toes pointed. So we're gonna maintain tension in through the hips, pelvis, and trunk. Allow those dumbbells to come up overhead in control. If you find that you cannot maintain a flat back, then go into what's called the jackknife. So you're gonna bring one knee up into your chest and extend the other. If you find that that is still difficult, you can always bring both of them up into a tuck. So we're gonna do 4 sets here, 8 to 10 reps. This is your A3. Come on up. Plant those dumbbells, and we're gonna go into an L-sit hold. And we're holding for 3 to 5 breaths. Okay, so legs are staying tight, and bum is elevated off the floor. Last exercise in this group, in this block, we're gonna go prone lying, thumbs up towards the ceiling or the sky, get your band, and we're gonna do some shoulder dislocators. If you have the mobility in through your shoulders and your T-spine, you can do this with a dowel if you want, but the band is much more forgiving. So the idea is we're just improving shoulder flexion and extension with this. Still maintaining tail tuck and keeping your belly drawn in to maintain proper trunk stabilization. Oh yeah, and breathe. Don't forget breathing, super important. Through your nose, no mouth breathing. All right, our next block, after we finish the last one arm, single leg deadlifts. Here, we're not gonna let the kettlebell hit the floor. We're gonna keep it suspended to keep the tension in the hamstrings, really. Okay, so nice and slow on the way down, 2 to 3 seconds, and you're gonna explode back up. 3 sets of 8 each side. Try and make sure that you're staying nice and long with that top leg, no twisting through the spine, keeping that lat locked in. Okay, straight from there, we're gonna superset into pistol squats. You can do this with a chair behind your butt. If you have the available range of motion, great. If not, put a chair or bench behind you so that you can control the descent and you're not tweaking into any knees here. Or you can just do it half range. Third exercise, arch or push-ups. You can use your kettlebells for this, or you can just do this on the floor. But the idea is we're trying to get some one-arm strength, controlling torque through our trunk, and creating some length and strength in the opposite pec. 3 by 10. That should do it. Okay, on to our next block. So we're gonna do a bottoms up push press. So using a relatively light kettlebell, at least one that you can control, we're going to take a split stance. So we're working cross body. So here you've got my left hip with my right shoulder working. I'm dipping into the hip slightly and I'm pressing up, but I'm locking and slowly pulling that kettlebell back down into the rack. Really make sure that you're not letting your back arch with this. We're gonna drop straight into a split stance bent over row. So here we're gonna work isometric strength into the opposite leg while still working our grip and working on some scap stabilization and some good pulling strength. Lastly, we're gonna do isometric single leg hamstring bridges. This can get neglected at times because sometimes those inside or medial hamstrings can get a little overstretched. So to bias it, you're gonna turn the foot slightly inwards towards the hip to bias those medial hamstrings. I'm gonna keep that opposite hip flexed up to 90 to lock up my lower back. And I'm driving up into full extension, pausing for a few breaths, and then slowly lowering back down. Have fun.